fiance, Kate. I'm in love, which is really terrific. I think she's going to actually marry me. I want her to marry me. I have two wonderful children. Saya is 33, Eric is 30. All of us went to Aconcagua over Christmas and New Year of 2012 to climb Aconcagua, Aconcagua being the highest mountain in South America in Argentina. And that was Kate, myself, Saya, Eric, and then Eric's girlfriend, Lauren. And talk about life and things never going according to plan. And they never go according to plan. Anyway, on summit day on Aconcagua, we go from 20,000 feet to the summit at 23,000 feet. It is cold. It is, I'm going to say, minus 50 with the wind chill. We leave at 4:50 a.m., and at 21,000 feet, the guide sits down. And I go, anything wrong? He goes, yeah, my feet are too cold. I'm going back down. This is the guide. It took me about 10 seconds to realize this will make a great story the rest of my life, but okay, how do we get up there? It's still 6 hours to go. Anyway, it all worked out. We got to the summit. I also got elected governor of New Mexico. Never been involved in politics before, just made a promise that, hey, I was going to put issues first, politics last. I think I was wildly successful as governor of New Mexico. I mean, I argue that until the cows come home. I distinguished myself in many areas. One of them was I may have vetoed more legislation than the other 49 governors in the country combined. I vetoed 700. That was a lot of legislation that was going to tell you and I how to live our lives. And I didn't think that legislation was going to make a difference in any of our lives, other than to add time and money to our lives. And I actually stood up and said that. Money, for me, has always represented freedom. I think that so many people go through life getting as much money as they possibly can, and what it ends up being is it ends up being things as opposed to experience. And like I say, for me, money's always been about freedom, so having sold my business in 1999, it gave me the freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Now that doesn't mean that that's a whole lot of money, but here's an exercise that I've done before, and I would ask you all to do this exercise. What if you had all the money in the world? What if you had all the money in the world? What would you do with your life? Well, I'd build my dream home in Taos, New Mexico, close to as good a skiing as anywhere on the planet. I'd have the biggest big screen TV that I could possibly buy, and I'd pipe music in and play the music loud all the time. I'd have a goal to travel to the 7 continents, a journey to try and climb the highest mountain on each continent. I'd eat really well, and I'd become as good a cook as I possibly could. I would exercise on average 2 to 3 hours every day. I'd drive a Porsche. I'd also have a Toyota pickup truck to carry around my athletic toys. And I'd always have the latest and greatest when it came to athletic equipment. I'd travel a lot. I'd go from one adventure to another. I'd enter monster athletic competitions. I'd get my pilot's license. I would fly in gas balloon competitions. I'd be an advocate for public policy changes. I'd run for public office. Holy shit, I've got all the money in the world. And I don't. But if you do this exercise, back to, you know, this is your movie. This is your movie. Do this exercise. Determine what it is you want to do with your life, and then do it. I'm really, really frugal. I'm not cheap. There's a difference between the two. I was the Libertarian nominee for President of the United States and got 1.3 million votes. I was third place in the presidential elections. I will tell you that on Election Day, it was like being released from prison. I think that over the last 3 years, I've met all 1.3 million people. I really believe that Republicans lost the last presidential race because of their socially conservative agenda. I really believe that. Women's rights, choice, marriage equality, immigration reform. I think this is the main reason why Republicans aren't at the helm currently. I also realize you can't get elected by actually meeting everybody that ends up voting for you for president. I also realize that over the last 3 years, about 90% of the time that I spent ended up to be time that was not productive. So moving forward, I'm not insane. I'm not going to do